Test, test. Welcome to LSR League Racing. Welcome to our Group 2 race. We are in Miami, Florida today. We are in the middle of the championship fight. Last round in, don't let me lie, it was Japan. I think we had Randro taking the win, ahead of Dodeligo, who spun out in the last laps. Very unlucky race for him. Let's see if he can make it up this weekend. We got our first guys on the outlaps. Let's get our map. And on the first lap we got Hood Kool-Aid Man. Shout out to this guy, nice name. Warming up his tires for the first hot lap. Behind him we have Gio, also quick driver with an unlucky race last time, if I remember it right. Let's see if he can turn that anger about the last race into some pace today. Also we got the Alpina Fiery Vulcan. Who else? Randro left the pits, and we got JD Bass. But now let's get back to with Kool-Aid Man starting his lap. And he spun it. Can he get out of the way? I guess those guys are a bit irritated. Let's see how this will feel. Oh, he's... Okay, so those cars that got irritated just came out of the pits, I think. Those first corners are quite tricky. Easy to spin out there, especially if you're going to the limit. Let's see what's the first time gonna be. And he goes to the pits. Apparently that was not a lap that he liked. And we got Omega with a 1:29.3. Our first time, I guess that's not gonna stay up there for long. Fiery Vulcan coming second so far. JD Bass with a 1:29.5. And Dodeligo, since he was in the lead for a long time in the last race, or fighting for the lead, I guess we can take this time as a benchmark for the first hot laps. Even though I expect them to crack the 28s, Yeah, for sure. We got Rendo going 27.9, and it hints towards that those guys all made some mistakes in their laps. Let's watch James going through the chicane. Very tricky part of the track. Goes through quite clean. Cuts the curbs here a little bit, but getting a good exit. Let's see if he can get anywhere near Randro. I bet he can crack the 28 times. Taking some curb here as well. Doesn't look bad. 28.6. Well, Crooner did a 21.8. Yeah, we can see that the fastest times are definitely going to be in the 28. So let's see if those other drivers can. Oh my goodness, we got Crooner hitting the wall. His car is out of the session. That means he isn't get any further than P2. And I'm afraid he's not going to stay there for long too. Let's see if we have Tommy. Also quite clean through the chicane. Still 109. I don't think that's gonna be a quick time. Yeah. He's going into the pits, I think, yeah. Upcoming traffic, but they're going into the pits, so he's fine. Going to 29.7 at the back of the field so far, but I'm sure he can improve. So, Speedy Gunner going into the doesn't look too hot. Gio with his second try, he went with 1:02.6 in the after the second sector. That is pretty quick. Clean turn in. This is gonna be a fast lap. And he takes the provisional pole after 5 minutes of qualifying at 1:27.6, 3/10 ahead of Randro. Wow. Alexis Beast now improving on this lap. Who else is out there? Kendrick's joined the game again. Seems like he had some connection problems. I hope that's not gonna stay like that. Kool-Aid Man also not on a hot lap. Let's see, Rodrigo's soon gonna start his lap. That's gonna be interesting. The first one was a 29.0. If he's not playing around with the setup for the wet race, he's gonna go much faster than that, I expect. Some guy on a hot lap. But let's get back to the Rodrigo. Taken quite a lot of curves, going clean through these corners, looking very good so far. will be getting into traffic. Nice. This is looking clean so far. Just 1/10 faster than the last lap, but I bet he had a mistake in the chicane, which can be super tricky. I bet lots of drivers gonna struggle with the chicane, not only in qualifying. Smooth. And he hits the chicane pretty well. Let's see. His sector 2 time. A 1:2.8. Let's remember Gio was at a 1:2.6 after sector 2, so he is not too far away from the pole time so far. This is looking good for Dodidigo. Is he gonna take pole? He is not. A 1:28.3. I expected more, or maybe I remembered the sector times of CO2 differently. But also, on this weekend, like I mentioned, we have a rain race and full dry qualifying. Wow, Tommy goes fastest at 27.5. Oh my goodness. This is a quick lap. I'm wondering if he expected to be on top here in Group 2, but sure, he's got the pace. Okay, Kevin Cal improving 4/10 so far. He's about to crack the 27. If he can keep it clean in the following sectors. So now we saw how it looks like from the outside. Kevin Cal going through the chicane. I didn't see his sector time, so I'm gonna be surprised what time he's gonna have. But he's going to the pits. So he had some mistake apparently. Couldn't tell that from the outside. Let's see, is Randro on a lap? He is not. Gio is on another lap. But this is not a quick lap. Or is it? Apparently it is. But it doesn't look like he's taking. Okay, he's faster than his last lap. I'll keep my mouth shut. Also the lags can make his driving look very different. Yeah, he's going to the pits. Interesting. Alexis Beast improving his current time to 1:28.420 so far. Interesting. Oh, too early on the gas. Exactly the same happened to me yesterday in the Group 1 race. Exactly the same position. So I hit the wall exactly like that and I DNF'd immediately. Was super sad. But happy to see that I'm not the only one. So we got the top runners, not Tommy X60, he is already on his out lap. The rest is waiting in the pits for the last try to get the pole position, while we got Electric Envy on a pretty quick lap. 9/10 faster than last lap in the... No, wait a second, that has to be a bug. He can't be 9/10 faster already in the first sector. No, that was a bug. I'm sorry. So we will have to watch Tommy, since he's going to be the first one trying to defend his pole, trying to improve that time. Getting some temperature in those tires. Kendrick so far didn't do a lap. Kool-Aid Man didn't do a lap. He's on his out lap though. I'm wondering if he get connection problems. Would be very sad for him. While Tommy starts his quick lap. Looking very clean so far. Improving by 1/10 already in the first sector. It looks like he's on a good run for defending the pole position here. Wow, okay. Up to this point it looked perfect. He had this little spin out, still improving by 1/10. It could be enough. Maybe getting some slipstream here on the main straight. Oh, it's not the main straight, I'm sorry. On this straight. Tires squeaking through the last corner here. On to start finish, and it's a 1:27.2. Very quick time. Scaring me for the Group 3 race. I'm not sure I can drive such fast times. While Gio is on his out lap, I guess. No, that was a hot lap. He does a 1:27.6, so I think that is it for him. He's not gonna get further than P2. Oh no, he's got still 70% of ERS, so he is now on his quick lap. I think those times that I'm getting from the game are just wrong. Very confusing. We got actually Randro ahead of Gio, so we're gonna watch his lap. He needs to improve by 6/10 to get the pole position. I hope he's not irritated by this. Looking not too good so far. I don't think he can make up 6/10 in the last sector. Let's see what's up with Gio. Also not improving by too much, so I guess this is it. This is the pole position for Tommy XXC, if not Dodeligo, who is so far on 3/10 improvement, but still that is 8/10 away from Tommy XXC. Yeah, I think that's it for Tommy XXC, taking pole position here. Yeah, Gio knows he's not improving. Dodeligo is the only one apart from Kevin Kell. Maybe. Nope, he's running out of fuel even. Can he jump into the front row? He cannot on Pico Lights with a car there. What is going on? He takes P4 from Kruner. Kruner is gonna bite his buttocks right now, I guess. Crashing out there so early. Getting only one lap out. I bet he could have been fighting for pole position here. Well, we have this wonderful chaos on the start-finish line. Wow. Shoutouts to Tommy. That was a very quick lap. So the starting grid is on pole position, Tommy XXC on second place, the Gio from Sweden, from Uruguay if I'm not mistaken, Randro, and Dodeligo on P4. That sets the second row. On row 3 we have Crooner and Alexis Beast. Crooner is get back to the top since he's still fighting for the championship. We got Kevin Kell on P7, Omega on 8, Electric Envy and James on 9 and 10. That closes down the top 10 as we're going into the race. So for the strategy, since it's a full wet race with customized weather, there's not much variety. You can only do the one stop. I bet there's gonna be a safety car at least. As the lights are going on, we got 5 lights, and the lights are out. Tommy XXC starting ahead. Gio with a wonderful start. Taken P1 in the first lap. A little bit of carnage behind them. I'm gonna take care of that later. Can just tell JD Bass and Formula Jonah seems to be involved. While Tommy took the lead back and Gio struggles a little bit too much. Already a second down now, might be because they need to go side by side through the corners. Randro taking P3 from Crooner, who jumped Alexis Beast, and no, Kevin Kell jumped Dodeligo. Oh, Dodeligo lost some places to P7. Is there maybe also a big difference in the setups? And we got a safety car. Kendricks and JD Bass are out. Alright. It's very difficult to keep the overview at the start. It's very chaotic, lots of contact, lots of battling. But the most important is Tommy could defend his P1 from Gio. We also couldn't see what happened there because Gio seemed to struggle a bit, but I can't see any damage on his car. So we're looking forward to continue the race just as normal. Well, Dodeligo goes into pits, seems to have damage. Got Sir City going into the pits. Speedy Gunner, oh wow. 6 cars change their tires, and I guess they're gonna change their front wings as well. Yeah. Is there anybody not changing front wheels? Front wings? Did Dodeligo change his front wing? See no damage. We got one guy standing in the pits quite long. So at the front, Crooner could make up a place. let's see what else happened here. We got Rodrigo now through the pit stop, lost 10 places. Apart from that, Jim and some guy could take some advantage from the chaos. And the big, yeah, sorry to say that the big losers in this situation were Rodrigo. Doesn't start very lucky for him. He's gonna have to fight his way back to the top, which is very difficult in the rain. He might meet some drivers who are using less downforce than him, and that makes it very hard to overtake. Yesterday in the Group 1 race we had some guys going lower downforce setups, and they just were impossible to overtake on the main straight, which brought some, yeah, how can you call it? It brought some excitement into the race, some strategy changes maybe influenced the race a lot. So far I couldn't tell that, since we made only one lap without a safety car. Well, James got a 5-second time penalty. Apparently he had a collision with some guy. Very unlucky for him. 5 seconds, that hurts a lot. Wondering if the safety car will be in this lap. I couldn't get any information about the incidents from the drivers. Nobody explained so far what happened. So we got the safety car in this lap. Tommy warming up the tires a bit. I don't know if that helps much on this cold track. Gio is gonna have another go for taking that P1. Crooner, I bet he grinds his teeth already from all the bad luck he's having. So I hope that will put some fire into his race. Yeah, you see him already showing up on the side. Having a bad exit. Oh my goodness, they're weaving a lot. They make contact with the wall. Gio is colliding with Tommy, and we will have another safety car, I'm afraid. Randro taking P1 in this action. Crooner getting into P3. Wow. Yeah, Gio is out. You can't see him anymore, but that was some crazy collision. We saw them weaving, and I guess they lost control. Only Gio who was weaving a lot. I bet there was some contact. So now the question is Tommy going into the pits now? Does he have damage? His front wing looks okay from here. All the cars looking fine so far. is a gap between Tommy and Crooner already. Let's watch the straight line speeds though. We see Tommy gaining 2/10 on the straight. That can be just a slipstream that he's getting, but he is definitely in a position to overtake Randro on the straight lines. Hood Kool-Aid Man and Fiery Vulcan. I think there was some position change going on here. While Tommy is following close to Randro, coming very close in the first sector. Seems to have lots of grip compared to Randro. Let's see if that pays out on the straight line for Randro. Tommy using all of his ERS already, going for the move. Randro saving his ERS and is able to defend against Tommy here. So that shows clearly Randro with less downforce than Tommy. That's going to be a very difficult task for Tommy now to get past Randro, since he's much quicker in the corners, going very smooth here through the chicane, even following super close. But on the straight line, he just lacks the pace, he lacks the speed. This is going to be hard to watch, I guess. Let's see if he can crack this nut. If you can say it like that in English. I hope that doesn't mean anything bad. So we got Dodeligo, who is here to fight back to the top as he makes contact with the Alpine of Fiery and comes into a pit. Oh boy, this isn't continuing any better for him than it started. He's gonna have to change his front wing again, which sets him back, yeah, basically like 20 seconds at least. While Cathcart is going the fastest lap. Where is he right now? He's on P14. Oh yeah, he's got a 10-second gap in between him and the pack, so he's got free air in front of him. Yeah, while we see Tommy just can't make anything on the straight line. Used his ERS already. Randro in a quite comfortable position here now. Just has to watch the corners not to open any doors. We will see if Tommy is able to put some pressure on Randro here in the corners. And one slight mistake of Randro and Tommy is passed. Well, we've got a little train here in the front, divided by Kevin Kell, who opens up the gaps. We got those three following each other at some margin. And we got the guys in the back who need to catch up. We got Cathcart, who made up 2 seconds already in this one lap. That is a lot. Dodeligo just 20 seconds, as I expected it to be, behind the main pack, the main racing train. While Tommy will have to save his ERS now to wait for a move, to wait for an opportunity. Because he'll be able to follow Randro quite easily. But going past is gonna be his end boss today. It can be very frustrating for a driver to be in the situation of Tommy. It can be easy to lose your temper, to go for very risky moves, or to burn through your ERS too quick. I had that when I was in that situation. I struggle a lot with staying patient while he takes the fastest lap. Patience is key here though. You just need to drive your laps, switch your head off, and wait for this opportunity. Actually, switch off your emotions maybe better than your head. Keep your head working, stay focused, and wait for a mistake like this. Going wide into the first corner. Now, can he use this exit? Randall using now the ERS he saved for such moments. Tommy trying to use the opportunity, but yeah. Randall saved some ERS for a moment like this, so he can allow himself one or two mistakes like that and then use the ERS to defend, while we see the pack is opening up, the gaps are opening up in between the drivers. We got Speedy Gunner following close behind Electric. Let's see if we got a similar situation here. Well, Tommy is quite close here. Still losing it on the straights. Speedy Gunner taking a time penalty through the chicane. I guess what's gonna happen to a few people, since the track limits there can be tricky too. Speedy Gunner and Electric both burning through their ERS already, 0%, while we see that Speedy Gunner uses much more downforce than Electric. We got Formula Jonah and Fiery Vulcan right behind Speedy Gunner now. Speedy Gunner seems to have lots of downforce, so I think there's the opportunity for Fiery Vulcan to overtake Speedy Gunner if he makes the right move. But Tommy, he's so close now, 3/10 behind him. Will he go for a move in the corners? Will he try it on the brakes? He's just inches away. Getting the bad exit. That destroys his opportunity here. Burning through the ERS again. Well, Randro used all of his ERS too, so if Tommy would be able to recharge the battery now faster than Randro, he could have another go at him. But now let's get back to Fiery Vulcan again. Let's see if he has the straight line speed to overtake Speedy Gunner. Formula Jonah actually in a good position here with 60% ERS compared to 8% of Fiery Vulcan. Going a little bit wider here, taking different lines, very interesting. Jonah taking lots of curb there. Oh, and Tommy is past Randro. I can't believe it. I missed this. Can't stay side by side on the straight line. Weaving around, trying to find an open. Going wider here. But you can't make any moves through the chicane, so you'll just follow again super close. Haven't seen any other driver driving so close today. That's the Formula Jonah right now, being quite good. Okay, both now use all their battery. It is gonna be about who is gonna recharge his battery faster, I guess. But when Randall leaves some opportunities for Tommy, that's actually quite tempting for him to go and try the move. But I'm afraid the better way would be to wait and save the battery. And then when he has the battery and Randall has a mistake, makes a mistake, then he has a better chance. But of course, like I said, in this moment, in the heat of the moment, in the race, it's difficult to think about the race like that. We got it easy from the outside here, talking about them racing. Now Kevin Cal could have a shot at Alexis Beast. Alexis using his ERS. Kevin Cal is not, even though he's so close. He might think the way I just explained it, and saving the battery for a bigger mistake of Alexis Beast. Since mistakes are happening quite a lot, since the conditions are very difficult in the rain, and the track doesn't make it any easier with corners like the chicane, which makes it basically random if you hit it good or not. Apart from that, all people can stick to their positions, while Kevprod now chased down Hood Kool-Aid Man, who is ghosted, so I think that's not him driving the car. But he made up 8 seconds to Hood Kool-Aid Man after pretty much 8 laps, so that's some good pace there. But you can see again, very big difference in the straight line speed between the cars. So I gotta watch if I'm not missing anything again. Very close racing here through the first corners. Did they just make contact? It puts Fiery Vulcan off the balance. But also Cersei struggling with the grip. Lots of wheel spin there. And Fiery Vulcan, wasn't he behind Speedy Gunner before? It seems to be like there was some incident with him, while Formula Jonah is still right behind Speedy Gunner, who was able to recharge his battery by some small amount, while Tommy seems to recharge slower than Randall. Both using it on the straight line. Crooner saves up all of his battery. He's waiting for his moment. Wondering if he has some bigger plan. Thinking also about the tires maybe and about the pit stop. That is soon to happen actually. We got like 3 laps still ahead of us until the pit stop, while some guy is making the move on Omega. They're going side by side through the corners here. Some guy settling behind Omega now. Kevin Cal already in the pits, going for fresh tires. I guess he's going for an undercut then, or he had damage already. But let's see how the other guys are handling their strategies. Tommy still, like, Randall can feel Tommy's breath in his neck. Using all his ERS battery. He's trying it like every lap, but applying the pressure so far didn't work. It doesn't bring anything in the end if he's so close here in the corners. He needs to save it up for just one big try. But like I said, easy to say from the outside. so don't take my words too serious. Firewalk and still on the back of Versity. Kevin Cal. If he went for the undercut, he now gets into the traffic, and it will be difficult for him to overtake him. He will have to use his battery for that, I guess. Especially since they're also in some slipstream from the cars ahead. Oh, well, we have Omega coming into the pits. So some people are going for their early pit stops. Let's see where he gets out, if he's getting into traffic. Oh, well, Tommy, again, it's happening to me. Tommy now is actually quite ahead of Randall, but still with the top speed of Randall, he can go side by side into the corner. I think there was some contact, both losing the balance a bit through the corners, staying side by side, but Tommy has the inside. Randall has to back off here, actually. They going side by side through the chicane and hitting each other. Randall now might lose the second place also for Crooner, who waited for exactly this moment, now has full batteries charged. He is going for Randall as well. Tommy now already nearly a second ahead. Crooner using up not even all his battery, he just used a little bit of it just to stay ahead. Oh my goodness, let's go back. They're going side by side into the last corner while Randall is going for the pit lane. He's had enough of the fight. He's going to try it with the undercut. That might even work quite well, but now Tommy and Crooner both can use the slipstream. I mean, Crooner can use the slipstream of Tommy, and they might defend from that undercut now. Wow. What a move of Tommy. And Randall didn't back out there in the chicane. That was, I don't know. I don't think that was the best move. In the chicane, you gotta back out if you're on the outside. There nearly has to be, like, there's no other way. There has to be contact then. And it will put you off balance, might even spin you out. So, yeah, but nice racing, even though. Now let's have a look at Randall. He is getting into traffic already, but still, so far he didn't. He had free air ahead of him, so he might be able to do that undercut while Crooner is getting super close to Tommy and even overtaking him, now using the advantage of his battery. That's the moment he waited for. Now we see how the strategy beats the tactic. Crooner had the eye for the long run of the race. Saved his battery for those moments. Now he was ahead of Tommy before his pit stop, pitting even earlier than Tommy. Now Randall clearly coming out ahead of Crooner, it seems. The undercut worked for him. Crooner coming out of the pits, Randall right ahead of him. The undercut worked perfectly fine. He stays ahead of Crooner into the first corners. Now Crooner on cold tires gonna struggle, but I guess he's gonna stay behind Randall. But now Crooner has the opportunity of his full battery and take that place from Randall. He's gonna give it all. Now Tommy stays out the longest. He's gonna have the tire advantage in the end, but I don't expect that to be too much of an advantage. So I think he's on the worse strategy than those two guys. Now they're getting into traffic. Will that be an opportunity for Kuno? Who knows what that traffic might cause for Randro? But some guy needs to go into the pits now, so after this they're gonna have a free ride ahead of them. And some guy is not going into the pits. That means another round behind traffic for Randro and Kruger, and that puts Tommy into the spot again. Oh my goodness. If they're losing so much time now to Tommy, and if he can put out some banger laps, oh my goodness, Tommy could prove me totally wrong here with all my talk about the strategies. And some guy, ironic as it is with his name, is interfering with the race for the win of the race. Now let's have a look. Tommy will have to pit after this. He's currently got a 17-second advantage, 18 seconds already, to Randro. We got yellow flags in Sector 3. That is a Mercedes, if I'm not mistaken, or is that... Yeah, that's Electric who DNF'd. Now, Tommy extending his lead even further. But Randro passing some guy now. Now Randro has one lap again. Tommy going the fastest lap meanwhile. Oh my goodness, he's turning up hardcore now. He's going for the overcut actually, and it's working quite well so far. Especially against Kuno, who is still not past some guy. And Randro now has the opportunity again to get ahead of Tommy, since the gap now is quite around 19 seconds, and I think the pit stop costs you like around 20 seconds. While Electric is ultimately DNF'd, which leaves us with 16 cars in the race, while Kruger going for a move on some guy in the corner. Amazing racing from Kruger here. He's now a second and 3/10 of a second behind Randro, but he is gaining fast on him using that battery. Alexis is meanwhile also one of the guys who didn't pit yet. They're gonna have, if they're staying out so long in the first stint, they're gonna have quite a tire advantage in the end. So Tommy here, wow, coming back from those unlucky situations that he got into in this fight for the win. So Speedy Gunner and Jonah are in the fight. Jonah now taking his opportunity, using his battery to get past Speedy Gunner, who used all of his. He's going for the move on their brakes. Is that gonna be any successful? Nope. Jonah makes the move stick, stays ahead of Speedy Gunner, and will try to hunt down Kevin Kell ahead of him. While we got the showdown now going on. Is Tommy coming into the pits this lap? He is now around 19.4 seconds ahead. That could be enough, but I don't think so. But if it's not enough for Tommy to stay ahead after his pit stop, he's gonna have a huge tire advantage by, what was it now, 4 laps? He's gonna have 4 laps fresher tires. Sliding around a lot, you can feel that his tires are quite used now, but still able to extend the lead. Oh no, now we got the this wheel spin that he had showing in the gap to Randall, which we can show here. Actually not. Where is it? Here. 19 seconds. Wow. He didn't go into the pits again. I think he sees that he is not yet losing too much time with Randall. I guess he settled for that he's gonna come out behind Randall, and he wants to extend his tire advantage now by as much as possible, but this is gonna tell him that he is at danger of losing a lot of time now, because Kuhner now went a 38.9. I don't know what Tommy's last lap was. Can you see that? Nope, not here. Fastest lap. Tommy's fastest was a 1:39. And I don't think he can do laps that fast anymore on those old tires. Well, for Dodeligo it seems not to work to get back into the race. For him, a safety car is the last chance. He made up some time though. I mean, he is only 10 seconds behind, but still it's 10 seconds. Let's see. The gap is now up to 19.5 seconds again, and now he's still not going into the pits. I don't know how it is. He's doing the fastest lap. Oh my goodness! Every time I'm saying, "Oh, this is dangerous now for Tommy to get out behind Randall or Kruner," he proves me wrong again. This guy. Yeah. He just proves how little of how little I know about the F1 game apparently, because every thought I have about his race is proven wrong by him. Nice. I was wondering, is it possible here to not stop at all? Because usually you have the rule that you have to go into the pits at least once, while Dodeligo is now doing the fastest lap. Shows that he's got the pace, just had again a huge load of bad luck on his side. Otherwise the pack is quite spread out. There's actually a quite symmetrical gap in between each car. Kruner is still able to extend his lead on Randall. I can't believe it. This guy is going crazy here. Now let's see, Tommy's doing a 39.6 now. And Randall, $39.5. So that's the first lap again where Tommy couldn't gain any time on Randall. If he's actually allowed to not stop at all, that is the race win for him. Since I see Alexis Beast also not coming into the pits, it might be an option here, because it's a full wet race maybe, that they don't have to change the tires. This would mean that there's no chance at all anymore for Randall to close the gap down of like 20 seconds in 7 laps. You can't do that. Okay, I see Rick's Trading telling me, yeah, you can do a zero stopper. So, yeah, I see no chance of anybody coming close to Tommy now. Very impressive race from him. Didn't see it coming that the zero stopper is such a good option here. I mean, it seems like he's gonna stay ahead of them like this for the rest of the race. I don't know if his tires are gonna beat that in the end, but it doesn't look anything like that. He's still doing a 140.0. Well, oh, it seems like he lost time now to Randro this lap. Randro can do a 39.5 now this lap. He's even going a 38.999. So, but still with 5 laps remaining, even if he's going a second a lap faster, that would bring him down only to 13 seconds. He can try though to get P2 from Alexis Beast, since they are only split by 6 seconds. And Kruner is still right behind Randro, trying to take the podium, the last available podium position from Randro. We got yellow flag in sector 3. I think Dodeligo just DNF'd. Tops, very unlucky day for him. Really sorry for you, Dodeligo. He showed he had the pace. He put out the fastest lap just recently. Yeah, but that's how it goes in racing. Gotta live with that. Yeah. Kruner might be able to go for a move if there's any mistake from Randro. He'll be there for sure. Apart from that, we got actually no option of a fight anymore. We got Speedy Gunner close to Fiery Vulcan, but so far there hasn't happened anything. Speedy Gunner also has a time penalty. Surcity could have another go at Speedy Gunner, but yeah, since we haven't seen any changes so far, I think... Oh my goodness, they are pitting now? Oh, there's a safety car. Sorry, I'm seeing that so late. I must have missed that, or it came so late. I think it was because of Dodeligo. Anyway, so now Tommy even had a free pit stop. He came out ahead of Randro. Alexis Beast wasn't so lucky. He lost the places to Randro and Kruner, but he has the fresh tire now. But as we have seen, the tire advantage is very tiny in this race. Tommy being able to do fastest laps on the 24 lap old tires, or at least 20 laps old was his tire at that point. We got lots of people pitting in the back, trying to get fresh tires. Not sure if they're aware of how little the difference was in the race for the top. But we're gonna have very interesting action now for the last laps. This is actually perfect, because actually all the places were quite settled already. But this brings bit of fire into the race again. The dice will be rolled again. Oh my goodness. Guys, I don't know. Watching these races is actually more entertaining to me right now than watching the real F1 races. I don't know how you felt about this weekend's race, but I'm not a friend of the sprint races anyways, but the weekend was so boring to me. It was all pretty clear, very fast, how it's gonna end. There was some doubt if Red Bull could go the usual way and have much better racing pace than Ferrari, but they proved us wrong in the first sprint race already when Paris took P1 from Leclerc so easy. So league racing here is quite a nice change from the boring real F1 races. For me, I don't know how you see that. So can we somehow find out what happened through the pit stops here? Formula Jonah is now 3 places ahead of Speedy, who was behind Formula before the pit stops, I guess. So he's gambling to make up like 4 positions by the tire advantage, which is not gonna work, I guess. The only guys on old tires now are Fiery, who didn't pit at all, and we got Randro and Kevin Cal and Crooner, who got not that old tires. I'm afraid there's not going to be any difference between the grip of the drivers with old and fresh tires. So it's gonna be an even battle for the last laps. So it is about who takes the corners better, who stays out of chaos. Are they able to avoid contact? It's gonna be really exciting. It's a big challenge for every driver to stay out of out of the chaos, to stay away from the other cars on the track. You got cold tires, you're in the wet. If you're not using any traction control, it's a nightmare for you, basically. At least it's not a standing start. You're gonna have a flying restart of the race. Let's have a look at the position changes for now. We got Fiery Vulcan, who by not pitting at all gained 12 places and is deep in the points on P6. So even if he loses 1 or 2 places, it's still a good finish for him, as well as for Formula Jonah and some guy who actually took lots of influence into on the race for P1. We got Kafprod losing 3 places. Seems like he didn't have any luck so far. Apart from that, everybody gained a lot of places, and the guys who lost a lot are out of the race already. So we got the safety car in this lap. Well, I have to mention that we got people like Gio out of the race and Toriligo, who were totally able to compete for the win, for winning this race. We got now the cars trying to get some last heat into the tires. We have Tommy, who is gonna decide the pace. We're gonna watch Crooner here. Might even go for Kevin Cal's perspective, as Crooner again misses the restart by some time. Maybe he wants to keep the distance in between the cars, while Randro can't go for any move. Randro going super wide, Kevin Cal not able to make any use of that. Speedy Gunner actually proven me totally wrong again by taking, oh my goodness, he's taken so many places in those corners already. He is on a crazy run, while there is no change at front. Some guy losing quite some places, ghosting out. I guess he left the track or something like that. Speedy Gunner in the fight with Fiery Vulcan now even. That tire advantage seems to be there finally, but they make contact and Fiery Vulcan hits the wall. Oh my goodness. He's out of the race and Speedy Gunner is taking P5 meanwhile, but did he damage his car? Because Formula Jonah passing him here, it looks okay for Speedy so far. And there's a 3-second time penalty for Randro. He cut the chicane and that will make him lose P2 to Crooner and even to Kevin Cal. That could be Kevin Cal on the podium now. Wow, what a restart, and Tommy cruising ahead. Crooner doesn't even have to overtake Randro anymore, but he still could go for the race win. But I'm not so sure if that is possible for him. While Speedy Gunner again losing a spot to Alexis Beast. They both got time penalties. We got Jonah now in P5. Wow, Jonah, unbelievable. He marched through the field at this restart. Currently now right behind the leading group. Wow. Jim Pimp saying that was Vulcan's fault, 100%. Okay, I didn't see it that well to tell about that. I'll get Omega right behind Speedy. Speedy might have some damage because he's losing out now to Alexis by a lot. Jonah just able to stay behind Kevin Cal. And Crooner is now doing everything to get to P2, but even if he overtakes him now, he is already 3 seconds behind Tommy. Randro now just playing in Tommy's cards. And he actually should get away as fast as he can, because the closer the people stay to each other, the more places he is losing by that time penalty. Okay, Chimp is watching Speedy's stream as well, and he says it's definitely Vulcan's fault. If you saw that, it sounds plausible. Just I can't judge it at all from my side. Tommy, yeah, cruising to the race win here, going into the last lap. Crooner now about to have his last chance to get past Randro, but also like I said, it doesn't matter much because he's gonna pass him through the penalty. But there's the slight opportunity that the penalty will be removed because there was some mistake of the game happening when they were making contact in the chicane or something like that. I could imagine something like that. But Jonah, I think he's gonna get driver of the day. Definitely deserves that. Kept his cool for the whole race. Always bided his time, and he's making the move on Kevin Cal's stick. How is this happening? Is he having so much more top speed than Kevin Cal? They're fighting through the last corners even, just as Crooner and Randro are doing. Crooner trying everything he can. He's gonna go for the last move here, maybe on the brake. While Jonah can't make the move stick, but now it's still right behind Kevin. He definitely got a top speed advantage here, while Crooner is not able to make any move. He's hoping for that time penalty is gonna stay on Randro. Well, excuse me, while we got Tommy crossing the line, taking P1. What an incredible race of Tommy here. Now, showing that he got the fastest pace around this track here today. Crooner now in P2 and Randro being able to stay on the podium ahead of Kevin Cal. Kevin got into the fight with Jonah there, seemed to have lost the time he needed to Randro, and Jonah again, driver of the day, totally deserves that. Ending up in P5. amazing race from the whole grid, I have to say. We've seen some nice action, people going side by side even through the chicane, and still ending up on the podium in the end. That is very impressive, guys, really, I have to say. Yeah, props to you. Awesome racing again today. We've seen some collisions. The steward's gonna have to have a look at that. But I think we had 14, 15 cars finishing the race. Well, I got Tommy celebrating here. Yeah, he's doing a 37.7. Just proving again how much ahead he was today in the rain. A little Senna we got ourselves here. Rainmaster Tommy. Congratulations to you. Yeah. So that was it for the Group 2 race. We gonna stream the Group 3 race right after this one. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you had as much fun as I had. Excuse my language mistakes sometimes. I hope you could get through that without having a heart attack. Alright, so see you guys at the next race, and goodbye.